So what's up, YouTube? Garrett Crawford coming at you. I'm from Team Noble Rabbit. Sorry, it's been a while. I keep slacking on these videos. I'm trying to keep you guys updated on what I'm doing. I'm probably gonna post. I'm gonna post probably one more video tonight. I think it's well deserved. But anyway, I just wanted to show you guys what I was gonna play at my next big locals tournament and the next regionals that I'm going to attend. I'm going to attend, I think it's Kansas City Collector's Cash in Lunexa. It's on May 18th. Hope to see you guys there. And I hope that you guys do very well, and hopefully I can do very well and actually get a top. For the most part, hidden arsenal stuff is legal now, so good old evil swarms, and that's what we're doing a DP over today. Mine is a very different build from what others have been doing. It's pretty good though. I think it's going to be pretty solid. I'm going to be testing it at locals a lot, and I'm going to be testing it with my team and everybody else. So hopefully we'll do a good job here. But anyway, let's. I'm going to give you the main deck, extra deck, and side deck. So let's get into it, shall we? See if you guys can see that. Good. Okay. So this deck is broken with Rabbit. Rabbit does everything you want it to. It gets out your vanillas quick, fast, easy, instant Ophion, and instant other rank 4, which you'll see what I play in here. Another good part to it is the tour guide engine. Tour guide's going to grab you back really anything. I love it also because you can go tour guide and use your opponent's rabbit that they have used earlier in the game. So really it's just a really good toolbox. You can do a lot of stuff with it. I choose to play triple Sabersaurus. Going Ophion first turn is good, but not against every deck. Harpies will be coming out, and I think they will be legal during Lunexa. So I mean, they can go into quite a bit of stuff. Chidori, I think this new Wing Beast, it's like the water one. That card's really broken. I was actually testing on DN with this deck just a little while ago, and guy went that and completely raped me. So pretty much what this is for is to go into a Logia or Dolka first turn and just sit. Yes, it does suck to draw into these, but what kind of deck with vanillas besides Fire Fists are you gonna have problems have problems with drawing vanillas? So if that makes sense, sorry. But Sabersaurus, he's also good because he's a 19 beater. He can combat well with Thunder King and a couple other guys. You guys know it's Sabersaurus. Come on now. Heliotrope. I love this guy. This guy is so good for just being in vanilla 1950. He can tromp over a bunch of stuff, and he helps you go Ophion. And you can actually recycle him with the trap card that you're going to be running in here. Here's more of the stun. This is another part of like the stun aspect. Like all these cards right here is all like a stun aspect. It's supposed to slow your opponent down so that way you can get advantage over them, card advantage, field advantage, and then eventually win. So Thunderbird helps that a lot. It dodges Bottomless, it dodges Torrential, it dodges Mirror Force, it dodges Deep Prison, it dodges I don't think it can dodge Snowman Eater or Raikou and things like that, but it can dodge a lot of stuff. It can dodge pretty much anything. It is your Rescue Rabbit on drugs, and when it comes back, it's a 1950 beater, and with the new ruling, it comes back on the next standby phase. So unlike Rabbit, it comes back like during my turn, I summon, they try and Bottomless, I banish, next turn, on their turn, it come out. It's like I summoned a monster and they wasted a card for no reason. So yeah, watch out for the new card ruling, the new card wording for this. The DT version obviously doesn't have it, but the actual Hidden Arsenal box does. So watch out for that. Triple Caster. This is actually the real Evil Swarm engine itself. This guy, you know, he can turn your vanillas into rank 4s. He can turn anything into an Ophion or a easy rank 4. And along with Mandrago. Mandrago is like a Kazan / Cyber Dragon / Photon Thrasher, whatever the fuck you want to call it. These two guys really help to make your plays happen, especially Mandrago. Since we don't have Kirkion or whatever, I'm only going to be running 2 of him. But once Kirkion, whatever his name is, comes out, I will be probably running 3 of them, and I might ditch the Saber Sources, or who knows, I might not even run the build that build at all. It really just depends on what the meta is going to turn into, because right now I don't have to worry about Suppressor Dragons. They aren't going to get their baby dragons yet. I'm pretty sure on that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Suppressor Dragons aren't going to be as broken and as lethal. Dragoonities will be lethal, but they will only be running Tempest. So really, I don't know. This deck will change in the format. This deck will change with the next couple packs coming out, such as Judgment of Light, Lord of Tachyon Galaxy, and I think there's a new one, something Shadows or whatnot. But that's the end of the monster lineup. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're running 18 monsters. Not too bad for a monster lineup. For our spells, we got 1 Dark Hole, 1 Heavy, 1 Reborn, the Trinity, 2 MST. 3 is kind of unnecessary just because you run Dress and you run the Pandemic, which I'd rather, if I were allowed to run 5 Pandemics, trust me, I would. Okay. Triple Pandemic, it's great. You can search it to your hand with Ovian. Opening up with it in hand first turn is really good, purely for the fact that, like, say you go Rabbit and your opponent goes Bottomless, you Pandemic, and your monsters, your Heliotropes are still alive, and then you can just go search for another one. It really just makes your opponent use so much resources just to get over your Ophion. Another thing is there's no negative drawbacks to this at all, so great card. And you can play it in chain. So say your opponent goes Bottomless, you chain this, and then they chain Compulse, you can chain another one, and then they just completely wasted 2 cards for no reason while you plussed. Excuse me real quick. I am an OCD freak about organization. Kinda. 2 Dress. Dress helps you against No Man Eaters, Rykos, Duradark, since it's like a $30 fucking card for no reason, which I'm hopefully gonna pick some of those up and trade them off, or find some lying around or something. I don't know. I could do it. I know I can. But anyway, 2 Dress. The only negative drawback to this is the -600, but you can also use this to run over certain monsters if you want. 2 Duality, because you think that you would want to go Ophion or Logia first turn, but really this is going to help you get your pieces to do that, to set up your field that you want. Honestly, I'm completely okay with first turn summoning a Thunderbird, playing Duality, and then drawing into a Rabbit or a late game Tour Guide into a Rabbit. You know, like, I'd rather do that than, you know, throw in some real stuff, but Duality is perfect the way it is, and perfect for this deck because it just gives it so much more consistency. Okay, now on for the traps. We play 1 Infestation Infection. Great card. Can bounce back your, like, say first turn you summon your Heliotrope because you really ain't got much left. Your opponent tries to get over it. You chain this bad boy, send it back to the deck, add a Thunderbird, add a caster, do whatever you want. Good card. Judgment and Road. You do need back row protection. You need to be able to secure your field and stuff like that. So Solemn and Road do that for you. 2 Bottomless. Pretty much just real traps. Phoenix Chain, Double Mirror, and Double Torrential. Now I say this trap lineup over anything else is because Double Torrential. I really hate wind-ups, 6 Samurai, stuff like that. Especially just, and I think it's funny when they load up a field and I flip a torrent and then there's like shit. Or if like they drop like 2 Megalos or whatever and they didn't have a marksman. Say I got lucky and they didn't have a marksman, I can turn into and just blow everything up. 2 Mirror Force. I like this card and I hate this card. My least favorite matchup to do well, actually flat out, straight up, just the Mermail matchup. I hate the Mermail matchup just because it's so easy for them to get Pike and just blow up our Ophion. And this card kind of just, it doesn't do much. It doesn't really help defend. So 2 Mirror Force is good, just not really good against the Mermail matchup. 2 Phoenix Chain, love this card, great against Fire Fist. Fire Fist is a kind of a tough matchup, not necessarily the most annoying, but it is a tough matchup. And the 2 Bottomless, just, I mean, it's bottomless. Okay, that's it for the main deck. It's a 41 card deck. It's pretty consistent, I would say. I think it's consistent anyway. That's personally my opinion. I haven't had any real big problems with it. I mean, I lose some duels on DN just purely because I can't go into a sideboard. If I go into a sideboard, you know, during round 2, round 1, or whatever, or in round 2, sorry, I normally win. Like, normally when I do matches on there, I win a lot. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. 1 Stardust for your Starlight Road. Zenmaines and Levier are my rank 3 choices. Zenmaines in the mirror match is great. It is so hilarious. So hilarious because they're scared to run into it with Ophion. It's, you know. And Levier purposely just to get back your rabbit. I would like to throw in a Leviathan or an Acid Golem just so I have, like, late game I can drop a big beer and they can't get over it. But we'll see. This deck is still, you know, lots of testing. It's a baby in its infancy around in the TCG. The OCG, you can't really go off of their depictions of the deck because they have a completely different meta than what we do. They're playing stuff like they're playing like War Gods and what else? Suppressor Dragons. They have Judgment Day for their prophecies and stuff like that. You know, it's just it's a different meta over there. 1 Abyss Dweller. Abyss Dweller is real great. You guys know. Mermail matchup. Sorry, I had a brain fart. Shockmaster. This play is viable sometimes, especially like say your opponent goes first, and then they say they don't set up too well. They don't know what you're playing, so they don't want to commit a whole bunch. Or you just draw into the God Hand and completely rip their asshole open. Special Summon Mandrago, Rabbit, pop into Shockmaster, or Special Summon Mandrago, Caster into another guy, Shockmaster. Shockmaster is pretty easy to make in this deck, not gonna lie. 1 Maestroke, because this is the real way to get over Ophion. It's the better way to get over Ophion. Gemini Pearl, sure, you get to deal damage. I'd rather do this and still have a guy that can take a hit and not just leave the field, like take a hit and then die again, you know, and then have to get hit again. Utopia, it's what deck doesn't run Utopia nowadays. Cowboy's late game. Logia and Dolka for the Saber Sources. Normally I'm finding myself going Logia first turn, but against the Mermail matchup, I always go Dolka first turn just because they really can't do anything to wreck me at all. 1 Ouroboros. I can make him sometimes. He's alright. I don't really like going into him a whole lot unless it's like late game and I can just magically pull it out of my ass. Or like say I'm going first turn, I can ditch a card and then I don't know, like Deck Dev or Eradicator or something like that. Bahamut, broken card. Love that card. So good. Way better than Big Eye. So many game wins with him. And the boss guy, your boss monster, 3 Ophion. Ophion just makes the game harder for your opponent to play, which is what you want. That's it for the extra. For the side, we have 2 Thunder King. This is mainly for Fire Fists, mainly because, you know, they can't drop their 10 keys and stuff like that. It forces them to use their Tensus to get over Thunder King initially. Prophecies, hate it. I hate it when I summon Goothian and they still get, you know, their, what's it called, their secrets and masters off, and then they just summon Breaker, pop, power, and run over my Ophian. I hate that so much. So Thunder King really helps out against that, and he messes a couple other decks up. 2 Effect Veiler. Mainly uses for mirror match. Mirror match such as Dino Rabbit, Evil Swarms. It like second duel. Second duel if I went first time, and then let's say I won. Side these in because just in case they go Rabbit first turn, I can drop Veiler and then they're stuck, and then I can go into my Rabbit and just go off. Also stops decks like windups. You know, it's a versatile card. Mind Control again for the mirror match. I think it's funny when my opponent, when I'm playing against Dino Rabbit, and first turn they go Sabersaurus, set 2, and then I go Mind Control, take their Sabersaurus, summon Sabersaurus, go into Alagia. It's just great. 2 Night Beams against the water matchup. 2 Macros again against the water matchup. Double Dust Tornado. Mainly for Fire Fist and other big heavy back row decks. 2 Eradicator. Fire Fist. Prophecies. All that good jazz. You know what I'm talking about. This side deck is also subject to change. I'm probably going to take out the Veilers. I have one XYZ Reborn, but I want to get another. So, it's mainly for just the Ophian play. I might just side deck one, you never know. And then 2 deck dev. This card wrecks, and I mean wrecks Mermail so bad. Can't do Undyne. Can't do, or, you know, they can't even have a controller in their hand if they wanted to. Hits, let's see, it hits Undyne, hits Marksman, hits Infantry, hits Diva, hits Gunday, hits Linde, hits all of them. Just gets their, like I've played this against my friends and they've had to drop their whole hand just because I deck dev them that bad. And it's just a great card. It's easy to use too, especially since Ophian's 2550. Anyway, guys, that is the deck profile. I'm sorry this took so long, so comment, rate, subscribe, and tell me what you guys think.